a job.
To a hotel this morning, probably like 5 in the morning, right? Talking to my partner about what took place yesterday. You know, I was kind of emotional about it, but you know, I pay attention. It's a state trooper. And remember, all the police we got different police in the state of Indiana. You got your Lawrence police, we got IMPD, and you got the state of Indiana, like the state troopers. All right, so they're all connected, but they play like, you know, they different counties, and you know, we got so many different counties and whatnot, but they're just the surrounding counties. But long story short, so as I'm talking to my partner, I noticed the state trooper close to the, you know, the inner part of the wall with his lights on, right?
Okay.
Now, when I drive past, he cut his lights off and take off and follows. And he drive past, cause I'm watching, bro. It's happening every day. It's like, bro, they know where I'm gonna be. They had my phone when I was locked up, and they had the car. Bro, it's like I even talked to my girl, because we be dashing, and we'll go to different parts here in Indianapolis, or Indiana, and to dash. And it's like they know where we're going to be, because remember the protocol when I got locked up, they said the new protocol for me was to have 2 or more officers present with me at all times. This is what the new protocol is. This is in my paperwork.
All right, peace and blessings, all praises to the Most High. The man that you heard talking is William Armstrong. William Armstrong was beaten by Lawrence, Indiana police in a viral video back in February of this year. Mr. Armstrong reached out to me because he feels that he is still being targeted with police following him, showing up to his house, and also making threatening postures, almost trying to lure him out of his house to assassinate him. Now, if you don't remember this case, let me show you a video which gives the history before I give you some more details and let you hear more of that conversation that we had describing his current situation with Lawrence police. And this video is fair use for education and literary purposes only.
A viral video showing Lawrence police officers punch a man in a Walmart parking lot is now the center of an investigation and some outrage by many in the community.
Police reports say the man instigated that violence, but witnesses we spoke with say the opposite.
And tonight, there's a lot of questions about what happened leading up to the moments we see in this video. Fox 59's Jenny Dracer breaks down everything we know so far.
It's this viral video that's at the center of a police investigation. The video, with more than 100,000 views, shows a portion of the incident where a man, later identified as William Armstrong, is being punched in the head by a Lawrence police officer several times in a Walmart parking lot. We spoke to Armstrong's sister, Anasia Mason, who can be seen in the videos and was inside Walmart at the time.
It took longer than I expected, so I knew something was wrong because my older brother didn't come in there to rush me. So something is telling me to hurry up and go outside.
Mason says when she got outside, she saw her brother being punched in the face by police. A second video taken by another witness depicts a different angle and shows another officer kick Armstrong as he was on the ground. The same officer seen punching Armstrong earlier in the video is then seen punching him several more times. We spoke to multiple witnesses who wanted to remain anonymous, who characterized the incident as unnecessary.
Very aggressive in they didn't come to defuse. That's what it is. They did not come to defuse the situation. They did not come to defuse it at all.
It all happened Tuesday afternoon around 4:30 when court documents say Lawrence police saw Armstrong illegally parked in a fire lane at the Walmart off Pendleton Pike on Indy's east side. Court documents say the officer asked Armstrong to stand behind his car because the officer said he was afraid Armstrong could have a weapon in his vehicle. And they say the 38-year-old acted, quote, aggressively. Police say a rifle was later found in the vehicle, but officers did not see it before the arrest. Court documents say Armstrong approached police and refused to put his hands behind his back. The report says Armstrong then began, quote, fighting and resisting.
I raised my son to have respect. I raised him to also protect himself and his family. The things that I seen in the video and what my daughter told me had happened is it's crushing.
At that point, police claim Armstrong punched 2 officers in the face and wrestled with them. The report says they were, quote, tussling, and Armstrong hip-checked an officer to the ground. The court docs say police used a stun gun on Armstrong, but he still wouldn't comply, and that's when an officer punched Armstrong several times. Police eventually handcuffed him and took him into custody.
Regardless to what was wrong and what was right, protocol was to give him a ticket or tow the car, not to take your fist and hit him in the face. I'm sorry. As a community, we need to come together.
The court documents also say during the incident, Armstrong made numerous threats to, quote, shoot and kill all the cops on scene.
I can confirm that.
He did say those things.
I can confirm that. I do not lie. I can confirm those things were said out of anger, and I told him not to say those things because he wasn't going to do them.
Now tonight, witnesses and family hope police release the video of what happened in its entirety, so questions can be answered.
They should be releasing everything to the public so they can see, if they police protect and serve, that would even be beneficial on the police behalf on what happened.
On the east side, Jenny Drasler, Fox 59 News.
Now, we have learned from the mayor at least one of the officers involved has been placed on administrative leave. Court documents also show Walmart does have surveillance video of this arrest.
We've reached out to Walmart. They referred all of our questions about video to local police. Fox 59 also reached out to Lawrence PD. They sent us a statement saying, in part, quote, the goal of this investigation is to conduct a thorough and impartial review of the circumstances surrounding this event to determine whether department policies and procedures were followed. The community's trust, they say, is of utmost importance, and they remain dedicated to upholding the highest standards of professionalism and integrity.
Think about Lawrence Mayor Deb Whitfield is also weighing in this evening, sending us a statement as well, saying in part, quote, our city prioritizes the safety and well-being of those who engage with local law enforcement. We take these matters very seriously and are working with Lawrence Police Chief Curtis Bigsby to conduct a thorough investigation. Well, we'll continue to stay on top of this developing story, and of course, we'll bring you any updates here on air and online.
Now, that video shows one of the social media videos that captured the incident. Now, I'm also going to show you some body cam footage that shows the start of the incident. And you see the people on camera testifying to what they saw, wanting to remain anonymous because they themselves don't want to be targeted. Now, when you watch this video, notice the interaction, but you can also hear there's a history between Mr. Armstrong and these officers. Now, I'm going to tell you a little bit about that history after we play this video, but this is the police narrative, their body cam release footage, which is doctored and edited during the news article to fit the narrative to make Mr. Armstrong look like the aggressor when it's actually the officers who started the aggression.
Starts now. Right now at 11 o'clock, an arrest by Lawrence police went viral yesterday after social media video circulated showing it gets physical between two officers and the man being arrested. Now, you heard from his parents yesterday who said they were upset by that video. Well, now Lawrence police have released video from their officers' body cameras. News 8's Danielle Zukoski explains.
Lawrence police shared 5 body and dash camera videos from 3 officers involved in Tuesday's Walmart arrest. This video helps to explain the story behind the viral social media video of William Armstrong's arrest.
Dashcam video from Officer Roberto Santiago shows William Armstrong exiting his car when police arrive.
Stop walking up on me, matter of fact. Bro, what you mean walking up on you, bro? Go stand over there.
Lawrence police were initially called to the scene for a parking violation. Armstrong was in the fire lane and did not move his car. His family says he was waiting for his 16-year-old sister.
Well, say what you just said again. Say it again. Man, yeah, let me chill out, bro. Yeah, you chill out. That's right. Let me chill out. Check yourself. Yeah, ooh. For yourself. Yeah, all right. Okay. Because I'm about to your night up. I don't know who you think I am.
She arrived on scene, and shortly after, Officer Santiago tried to make Armstrong turn around. This is when it got physical. Officer Morgan Lowe was also part of the arrest.
Turn around. I'm not turning around. You want to turn around? Come on. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. Hands behind your back. Coffee district. Hands behind your back. Right now, my back. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. Hands behind your back. Hands behind your back. Hands behind your back. Put it behind your back. Put it behind your back. Get down. I'm a white stuff. I don't want to see this. I'm a minor. I don't want to see this. That's all.
Armstrong threatened Officer Lowe and then Santiago.
Get up! I'll be so. And I swear to God, bro, I'm gonna kill you, man.
This video comes out as the Marion County Prosecutor's Office says it has not yet filed formal charges against Armstrong and will wait until the investigation into this incident concludes. The Lawrence Police Department tells News 8 it will pursue charges.
This is under investigation by Lawrence Police Internal Affairs.
All right, so we're going to stop it right there because there you see the police frame narrative. Now, the other article said that the police noticed him in the lane. Now, this one saying they were called to the Walmart for someone parked in a fire lane. Now, 2 weeks prior, and I'm going to let him come on tonight and tell the story. 2 weeks prior, he had another incident at another location where police were called and he didn't apologize to the certain police. And ever since then, the police have been harassing them. So they weren't called. They saw his car and approached them. Now, why did he get out? Because he said he feared for his life because, yes, he did have his legally registered AR-15 in the back seat. So when the police pulled up, he said, okay, I'm going to get out because if they see him with the gun, it's automatically a reason to shoot him. We all know that be the case on numerous videos when black men simply possess a gun and then they're shot. So he get out. They have the altercation. It's like a 20-minute verbal altercation between this officer. You hear the officer saying, man, what? I'm going to F your night up. I'm going to F your night up. After Armstrong said, look, okay, man, let me chill. Let me chill. So all of this over a traffic violation. Then the officer, once again, after they have their back and forth, wants to assert his power, then say, turn around, turn around. Armstrong said, no, I'm not turning around. Now, mind you, he snatched away from the officers. And when they tried to gang up on him, they couldn't handle him. Strong black men, two evidently weak white men. Sorry, I just got to call it how it is. And he, tussled with him, got him up off of him, and he hip tossed one of them. And then you see one officer come and kick him cowardly after trying to tase him, start kicking him, hitting him, and beating him and beating him. And then notice during the video, when he says, what do they always do? You see he had hair. I don't know if they were locks or braids. What did they do? They take his hood off and grab his hair. What is the fascination with you law enforcement and black men who have hair grabbing their hair? I don't know what is that. There's some sort of homoerotic fantasy or something with our hair. Nevertheless, you see what happened. And I'm going to show you another angle of just straight the video of someone else taking, so you can see the actual brutality they did to this young man. Now, he was never charged with anything. They dropped the charges 2 days later. They put all types of felonies. He was facing like 40 years, but then they dropped the charges 2 days later, and he has filed legal suit against them. That is why, and we all know, many black men who file suit against the police sometimes end up in a coffin. And so that is why he feels he's continuously being targeted. Now, this next video highlights the lies that those police officers, Santiago and the other guy, they lied in their reports. And this news article is very unbiased, pointing out that these officers never mentioned anything that they did to escalate the situation in the report. This is the last video, then I'll let you hear more of Mr. Armstrong talking about what he's going through right now. Fair use again.
Tonight we're taking a deeper look into a controversial arrest involving Lawrence Police. That's now at the center of that ongoing investigation. Thanks for joining us. First at 4, I'm Rafael Sanchez.
And I'm Aaliyah Blackburn. Fox 59's Jesse Wells compares the body camera footage released by Lawrence Police with a sworn affidavit by one of the officers involved.
The man involved in the altercation with Lawrence police, William Armstrong, spent less than 48 hours here in jail before being released without charges. These court records, written by the officer who first confronted Armstrong, insist Armstrong instigated the violence, but Armstrong's family believes the videos tell a different story. Pulling up behind a driver illegally parked in a fire lane, Lawrence police officer Roberto Santiago wrote in this affidavit, William Armstrong aggressively approached him with his fist balled up. That is not shown on dash cam footage. Instead, the very first interaction seen on Santiago's body camera went like this.
Stop walking up on me, matter of fact. Bro, what you mean walking up on you, bro?
After a few seconds, Santiago asked for Armstrong's ID, which he refused to provide. Santiago then repeatedly wrote that Armstrong became hostile and argumentative, which is debatable.
Stay right there. All right, cool. I know it's cool.
After returning to his squad car to ask for backup, Officer Santiago again approaches Armstrong, but none of what follows is included in Santiago's affidavit. First, Armstrong makes a veiled threat.
Hey, look, whenever you got your uniform on, holler at me then. What's that, a threat? Holler at me then. Is that a threat? Nah, it ain't. Say that one more time.
For nearly 20 seconds, the confrontation escalates before Officer Santiago begins a profane rant that is not described in court records.
Let me chill out, bro. Yeah, you chill out. That's right. Let me chill out. Check yourself. Yeah, for who? For yourself. Yeah, all right. Okay. Because I'm about to your night up. I don't know who you think I am, but I'm that night up.
After Armstrong's sister walks up with tensions at a high point, Santiago tries to physically detain Armstrong.
Turn around. I'm not turning around.
The fight that follows is described in Santiago's affidavit. Armstrong appears to punch both Officer Santiago and Officer Lowe. During the scuffle, Armstrong proceeded to hip toss Officer Santiago to the ground. Santiago then writes he administered several closed fist punch strikes. At least 10 punches are visible on the dash cam, with Officer Lowe deploying a taser and adding a couple of kicks. We asked several independent parties knowledgeable about law enforcement training to analyze the video to see if proper de-escalation tactics were employed, but our requests were all denied. Today, we learned both officers involved in the use of force have been placed on administrative leave while the investigation continues. Jesse Wells, Fox 59 News.
All right, and so there you see a unbiased narrative of the situation. You seen the guy, he wasn't walking up on the officers. Like I explained to you, he was getting away from the car because he said if he knew that they saw him close to their gun, they would take his life because of previous interactions. And then the officer was like, stand over there, get over there, stop walking up on me. The dude was like, it's cool. I know it's cool. I know it's cool. You keep messing with me, I'm going to F your night up. And the news reporter even said as much to that fact. But also you hear the numerous things that they didn't put in the report. They didn't put in all of the taunting and the harassment they did to hear. Now, mind you, if you look at the video, there's 3 or 4 more cars parked in that same fire lane. Now, he was there to pick up his 16-year-old sister. She didn't have her phone or whatever, so he parked where she could see her when she comes out, right? And so this incident could have been easily avoided, but they targeted him. Out of all the cars that were parked there, they targeted him because they had a history. And as you see, once again, after 48 hours, he was released without charges. And the law enforcement analyst that they reached out to declined to comment because they know that there's no way they can say that those officers attempted to de-escalate the situation. Actually, when my brother was standing there, was like, okay, it's cool. Let me calm down. The officer continued to instigate and agitate the situation, wanting him to do what he did to him. Because evidently, like I said, he said, holler at me when you ain't got a uniform. And I commend my brother for standing up, for not being a victim of this tyrannical society. And yes, he is a believer in the true living God, you know, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the God of Judah, which we are. So he knows who he is and he knows who they are. So that is another aspect of the situation. I commend my brother for not standing up. And even right now, you know, he's, you know, willing to stand up against these guys who He feels that they are trying to take his life. And I'm going to play the conversation we had. Hopefully he'll come on tonight. But first, let me show you the other angle of the video after the initial contact. Just check this out as well.
They wanted to do something to this man. This other cop came rushing over here. They told him to turn up. Oh my goodness.
All right, so there you see the brutality, and even the witness saying they wanted to do something to him because it was personal between him and this officer. You can even tell that the officer had a personal problem with him. It was not just about him being parked in the fire lane, because if you watch the video, there's 3 or 4 other cars in the fire lane. So why did these officers target him? Because they knew who he was. So we're going to get him. There's some things been transpiring. He's been very worried. He called me yesterday, the day before that, and even earlier in the month, explaining some things. And, I didn't know the severity of his situation until I looked at these videos. And having been in personal confrontations with law enforcement myself, I understand and know how these things can get personal, and they can target you, harass you, and even put you in a position or create a position to be able to take your life and paint you as the bad guy. So we're going to tell the story from the side of the truth, so that, once again, if anything happens to our brother, we will know what is going on. Let's take a listen to the conversation again about him describing some of the things that he has went to.
That's like crazy. But I was watching white guys come in and just say they was, sick, or, I mean, it was one particular white guy I watched come in and say he was sick. Medical rushed to him. I told him, I couldn't lay on the mat. My ribs was hurting. I feel like my ribs was, at the time I thought they was broke, but my rotator cuff was torn, and a couple things and whatnot. But I'm cool. Like I said, I'm slowly getting better. But I went through a lot with that, bro. I didn't have an appetite to eat. Whatever they did, I know they tased me 4 times. They don't put that in no report. They'll tell you they tased me once or twice. They tased me 4 times. Wow, dude was punching me, and they kept telling me to put my hands behind my back while punching me in my head. And then when I tried to put my hands behind my back, he started punching me in my head again.
Yeah, because
so I had to cover up my head. And this is what happened, man. When I as soon as I slammed the guy, Lowe tased me in the middle of the slam. So in the middle of the slam, I'm like, I'm tased. And when I tried to roll over, the dude rolled right on top of me and started punching me. And then the other dude started kicking me. And then they tased me. Just kept tasing me. You just gotta see the whole video, bro. But the thing that really threw me is when you watch this whole video, you gonna see I'm already cuffed and everything, right? And Lowe get over me with his gun and say he don't like me. So he had his taser out. He reaches for his gun and say he don't like myself.
And Lowe is the bald head dude.
No, Lowe is the guy that he looked like he white, but he's not. He's black. He a brother. He got a fro under the little beanie he got. He's a short one. But so this is what I've been dealing with. They got like they little clique or whatever, I guess you want to call it. So it kind of, they're the police. So I guess, man, I had just different encounters. I had one.
I know what you're saying now. See, now it makes sense. You know,
I just want people to know if something happened to me.
I got you.
I want them to know that, like I was saying yesterday on my feed, that they picking us off one by one. You know, and it's detrimental when we say that we need to come together in unity and righteousness. You know, we say these things, but like, a lot of times when we see our brothers going through these fights, our brothers and sisters, we tend to turn to not us that understand the agenda, understand the position of power that we got ordained for the Creator. But it's just a lot of people, they don't. When I see a black man getting beat, bro, by the police or something like that, bro, I can't just pull out my phone and record. Yeah, I'm gonna record, but I'm about to stop this police. You know, at least I ain't gonna put my hands on the police, but I'm at least, you know, see what I can do to my brother. I feel like I put my life on the line for him at the same time because I want somebody to do it for me, bro. So I would want to do it for somebody as well because all the people that was there, bro, they was watching or whatever. One lady, she's indisputed. She's the reason I'm out of jail. She's the reason for everything. If it wasn't been for her, I was gonna be doing at least some time in prison.
Because the Facebook video went viral. The Facebook video, but without that Facebook video, they'd tried to paint you as the villain.
Yeah, I was getting bopped. They had me on so many felonies, and all I was doing was just trying to get my little sister. So it was a setup. Just because I didn't apologize to the white officer that day, it made me understand it when I was sitting in there. Because I had to think, how did I get here? I don't do anything no more. I don't even live a life to get me in jail. I never thought I would be back in jail ever again. Mm-hmm. So I was sitting in there reflecting, and I said, okay. When I went down, remember, like the whole scenario, like this really just because I didn't want to apologize to this person, and they wanted to make me bow down because other officers over here, I guess may have informed them, before that we had altercations in some moves here, but it ain't been like where nobody went to jail or nobody threw no punches. It'd just be like where when they see me coming into the gas station or something, there's one door they can open and the other door can't open, and they'll sit right there where the door is and like block it off, and then won't move when they see me open the door trying to come in, like trying to make me. So this is how we really get into it from the beginning. Where I had to tell them, like, excuse me, sir, you gonna move out my way? Like, I wasn't trying to be rude, but sometimes I would be very polite, and then sometimes I would kind of get where it just started being like, okay, I know y'all doing this on purpose now. It's just, I ain't got nothing to hide, brother. I want to just be pure and honest because I know the scenarios are being painted like I'm just thug, and I do have as anybody should have if you're being beaten and, you have to protect yourself by any means, so, everybody should have some type of defense. But I believe in righteousness. So at the end of the day, I'm not just going to try to fight the law. That's not me. You feel me? It's just,
you stood your ground. I like that. Now, a lot of people going to say, well, you should have did this or you should have did, but I don't see nothing wrong with what you did because you already knew.
I knew if they cuffed me, brother.
Yeah.
I knew if they cuffed me, brother. I'm sorry to interrupt, brother. I'm so sorry.
You good.
I knew if they cuffed me, brother, that I was getting damaged. So I didn't want to get in them cuffs because there wasn't no reason to put me in cuffs. I know that by law, you got to give me a ticket, or you give me a warning, or you can get my ID and run it in. But he already knew my name. He already knew I had a ticket. So what was the point of it? So it's like, you see what I'm saying? He already knew, because he already knew I had a ticket. So he's saying he's pulling up because I'm in the fire lane. He didn't even cut his lights on until after, I talked to him. And he was like, When he told me to back up away from the car with my hands balled up, that's when we cut his lights on.
And that don't even make sense because the news to the police were called for someone in the fire lane. Like, no, they don't call the police for that. Like,
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
People in the fire lane while I was getting arrested, bro.
I seen it.
It was white people. It was black people. You know, they just wanted. It was because of that situation. That's all I'm trying to get the news. And them to understand. It ain't got nothing to do with no fire lane. It's because they was mad because they didn't want me. They wanted to make me apologize to that white man, and I told them no. That's what.
Apologize to the principal or the officer that was there?
It was the officer. They didn't care about the principal because he's black. I promise you. They didn't. They told me I could feel however, but can I apologize to the officer? He was an older officer, so he could be like they. But he working in the school now, but you could tell he could be like they elder. So when he called them, I could tell he must have felt like he was going to see me again, coming right back and apologizing to him. And I was just standing on, no, I'm not apologizing, bro. He can apologize to me if we go, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not apologizing at all because it's my niece and I love her. And so if things go down like that with her, I'm going, man, I'm coming in here to speak up about my niece. And if I can't speak about my niece because we got men like this in the school, and as soon as I open up my mouth, I gotta, I ain't even say anything out of whack or didn't curse, nothing. Just get out, yelling, screaming, and putting on a scene like I did something bad. I'm approaching him about my niece and asking him why she recording the fight, being a principal.
All right, and so that is a little bit of our conversation. Now, me and the brother talked for about an hour, and I don't think if you guys listen to him for this little bit of time, you can't help but to feel his pain. As he mentioned, the first incident with the police stemmed from him approaching the principal about recording a fight that his sister was in at school. And then the black principal called the police on him. And then that is when that interaction happened where the officers felt that he should have apologized to one particular elder officer, and he didn't. And that's when he became a target of this. And according to him and, the things he told me, he is still being a target in the small town of Lawrence, Indiana. I think it's a suburb of Indianapolis. But this brother, once again, you hear him, he's righteousness, he stands on righteousness, and we all have a God-given right to stand up against unrighteousness. And that is what we see with these police officers under the guise of law, order, and authority. But if we don't stand against these things like my brother did, then we'll continue to be harassed, assaulted. And once again, no matter what you saw on either of those videos, and there's plenty of more that I could have played, he was never charged. All charges against him were dropped. And you can see the brutality of the way those police treated him because of the personal nature of that interaction. And so I do want to thank y'all for watching this video, liking it, sharing it, and please share it because our dear brother is still under attack. And hopefully he will be on later on tonight, so we'll be able to get a little more insight on the particular ways that he's continued being harassed by these police up there. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Y'all see the number 919-587-7782. Thank y'all for watching, and as always, peace and blessings. Scripture says all things that are hidden shall be revealed, and those things done in secret shall be exposed on the mountaintop.
Let's go, Rich. Let's go. You watching Telehouse Publishing, breaking news coverage. Give you the truth before fake news go mud in it. Before the jury decide and the judge discover it, you should tune in to Telehouse Publishing. Telehouse Publishing, breaking news coverage. The propaganda grammar, don't believe none of it. Before the jury decide and the judge discover it, you should tune in to Telehouse Publishing. Telehouse Publishing, breaking news coverage. Give you the truth before fake news go mud in it. Before the jury decide and the judge discover it, you should tune into Telehouse Publishing.
Negroes have listened to the trickery and the lies and the false promises of the white man now for too long. And they're fed up. They become disenchanted. They become disillusioned. They become dissatisfied.